welcome to Team Spirit versus M19 in the Captain's Draft CIS Qualifier. I'm Shane Ahmad and I'm joined by BraxXXX. Welcome.
Hi guys, welcome to Captain's Draft.
You sound very fresh, Brax. Can I just point that out? How many hours of sleep did you get?
You know, Shane, everyone's different and everyone needs a different amount of sleep.
It sounds like you need more sleep, that's all I'm saying. Are you ready for your 3 best of 3s today?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, alright. Cool. Okay, combos are OP heroes that you see. Oh, I see one at the bottom left there. The little Irish fairy. What else do we got, Brex?
10 seconds remaining.
I guess we actually have some decent support heroes. So you have Shadow Shaman, Witch Doctor, Shaker, Io. I don't know why, but I always feel like the supports are probably one of the most important ones because it's like there's always a lot of core heroes in Captain's Draft, and it feels like there's way less supports.
There's just more core heroes than Dota, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, there's some crazy heroes left in the pool, though, right? You have like Morphling and stuff.
Morphling, Medusa,
Invoker to some extent too.
I don't.
10 seconds remaining.
I know you're not a fan.
We saw Iceberg play it yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't great. Like,
It's like
don't get me wrong.
Team...
I have like 1,000+ games on Invoker. I love that hero, but it doesn't work at the moment. So I think we just let him die. You know, I don't want to watch him suffer anymore.
Radiant team back.
Yeah, you know, Invoker, to be fair, he's been having a rough time lately, right? The game is very fast. Well, it has been fast. It's hard to say exactly what it is now, but I imagine it'll be fast, if not just, you know, it'll probably be even faster than last patch for most teams.
Yeah.
It's just the basic changes to get in the game help accelerate it, right? Roshank is this refresher thing. There are no base shrines. The game just changes in a way where it makes it easier to end. Alright, so yeah, we got some of the... Yeah, exactly. He kind of plays that anti-mage 4v5 game, right? Where he just he avoids everyone and then just sunstrikes and splits them out.
Okay, they remove
5 seconds
Morph.
remaining.
Who's left that okay, people need to be worried about Medusa. They need to be worried about Terrorblade. Even to a lesser extent, like Storm Spirit, you know, the mobile heroes.
Yeah, the CK too. If you don't have proper illusion clear for that guy, you're gonna have a rough time.
Yep. Techies as well. Come on, I want to see the techies. I remember what we were talking about yesterday with that mine sneaking in on the ancient. I saw a clip on Reddit this morning of somebody doing that.
You know, it's not even that the hero is good, right? It's just you don't want it changes the way Dota's played.
It's awful.
It turns the game into some sort of disgusting monstrosity.
It's kind of fun to play though. It actually is. You just kind of do your own thing. It's like you're playing a mini game.
10 seconds.
You're not playing Dota 2. You're just playing plant the mines. First pick, Clockwork. I like it. Versatile. Can be played in the support. Very less likely in the offlane, but it still can do it.
Yeah.
Some good BKB piercing disable and teamfight kind of control with the cogs. I like it.
Looking at this overall draft, it looks very solid. And, you know, it's one of those things where when you look at drafts, well, Clockwork is already naturally pretty good against the Shaker. He can find him. He can out-pressure him in the early game. Alright, Lich comes out, okay. So it's interesting to see Lich, even though the creep experience has got shifted around again. Range creeps no longer give like 3 times the experience of melees or whatever. But now the range creeps get a lot of gold. Right, so now it's not only the experience, but it's more gold.
Yeah, he's still the ice armor is extremely powerful. It slows pushes. It's good against so many cores. Just
also the Fusel Blade used to be picked up a lot against ice armor in the past. Right now, it no longer dispels. Jesus, what do you do?
I was watching a game. I was watching a game this morning actually. It was the Southeast Asia qualifiers for Captain's Draft. And it was a Tinker against an Ursa and a TA. And the Tinker just bought a Ghost Scepter. And he was immortal. He was actually immortal. And this is a serious issue in Dota. You know, it actually is that an item for 1,600 gold can be this powerful. I don't know. I think we're going to have to take a look at that one. And they pick Medusa with no mana burners in the pool.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
remaining.
that's a good point. No mana burners at all. There's not even like any super high single target like DPS heroes, right? You have like Terrorblade's high damage, but he's an illusion hero, so Medusa doesn't care about that too much. Necro is kind of whatever. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of heroes in this pool that don't look good.
Underlord, maybe it's okay. That's a lot of damage. Medusa kind of just stands there in team fights. It could be decent-ish against her.
I guess.
I'm struggling here.
It's up there, but like to me, I'm surprised Medusa wasn't banned just because I thought like CK and CK and Terrorblade could have had they could have been such important heroes. Yeah, exactly. And the Medusa is quite good against both of those heroes.
Team Spirit, they're at a point in their draft where it's not too late, right? They're against this really difficult kind of hero to beat, right? It's so hard to beat Medusa without mana burn. So I guess they could go a completely different way. They could just, okay, let's just push. Let's pick like Shadow Shaman, Underlord, get a Mechanism, Luna. I think that's the only way to salvage this at the moment.
I think it'd be a really good approach because then you look at outspam, right? If you're able to like deny the Underlord and then, work into like a Shadow Shaman and then pick some sort of carry that pushes later on. Like, I don't know, for example, there's those like Huskar, even though it might not be the greatest Huskar. You said Luna looks pretty decent. Even TB just to push, right? That's not a bad way to approach it at all, especially when you already see like Lich and Medusa. These laners are not very, impactful in the later game, right? They're really static. They're not gonna move around and do things, so you're gonna get to where you want to get to without too much, too much of the enemy team trying to contest you. Yeah.
I'm really worried for Team Spirit though, and you can see with the amount of time they're taking that they are too. They don't.
Yeah, so the whole captain's draft meta is tough, man. It's a whole different drafting ballgame here. Alright, Shadow Shaman, so bringing out the push.
FNG's my boy, he knows what's up. I think they need to do that all in on the push. They could go sniper and go for the super late game, but
10 seconds.
It's risky.
It is risky, but Sniper's super good against Medusa in the ultra late game, when he actually gets DPS items, but I don't know, you can't just like... Can you even pick Sniper right there? What happens if your Sniper's playing against like some CK who just gets on top of you? Or even a Stormfear, for example?
That's a good point, Rex.
Dire team pick.
What do we have? The Wizard.
Okay, it's going to be Quaswex Invoker, isn't it? Oh, Jesus.
Shane, there's your mana burn. Come on.
Oh, I didn't even... I know, like, obviously, Invoker has mana burn, right?
I didn't even consider it.
Yeah, because he's not...
Yeah.
You don't do it. Like, you pick Quaswex Invoker... I'm sure there's some...
You're already shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, it's like 90% loss. Every time I see a Quaswex Invoker in a pro game, they go to a lane, they're in the Ghost Walk, they tornado the EMP and the person walks away. And that's that.
Yeah.
It gives you no way to farm. Okay, it does give you a lot of team fight and a lot of control. For like, there's like a 15-minute margin where he's really strong. But the problem is he has no way to scale. An Invoker needs a lot of items to scale into the later stages of the game. Otherwise, he's very, very weak. And this lane is even hard. Medusa can beat him in lane when he's Quaswex as well.
There's also a Lich, right? What happens if Lich just sits mid on Invoker the entire time? That sounds awful for him.
10 seconds remaining.
But even... Alright, I'd actually prefer if Team Spirit played him as Exord and just scaled him later on and fought M19 in the late game.
It's crazy because you think, oh, mana burning against Medusa to counteract the mana shield, but honestly, playing him just as Exort might be better, right? You have the Clockwork to set up.
Yeah, the Shadow Shaman.
Same thing with the Shadow Shaman, yeah. And then you're going to transition into like that higher physical damage hero early on into the game, so you have damage to kill buildings, Alacrity, Forge Spirit, stuff like that.
Cold Snap is extremely good against both of these heroes now, actually. Earthshaker and Timbersaw. You just Cold Snap Ice Wall with 5 points in it, and Timbersaw can't chain, and Earthshaker can't actually cast a spell. He can Echo Slam, but that's about it. Very nice.
Well, very true.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, so Timber, this is another hero that gets problematic when he comes out later into the draft because you need so much damage to kill this guy. Especially if he's in like a core role that isn't offlane, right? Where he's actually like guaranteed farm at levels. Luna, okay. So yeah, more push?
It is the push. Okay, maybe they actually just go for the alacrity. Like, Invoker has this new talent. It's like alacrity, I think it's at 20?
It's like 30 more attack or something, right?
Attack speed and damage or something.
Okay. That's not bad at all.
10 seconds remaining.
So it is definitely the push strat. Just
yeah, for sure.
A different kind of take on it, I'd say.
Dire team pick.
What is this?
Butcher.
Okay.
Butcher. Okay.
You know, the big thing about these lineups is you look at one and you think, all right, they've got some pretty decent initiation. Then you go down and look at M19's lineup and you think, well, they've got a fissure and two tanky dudes. that's kind of it, right?
They have some frost blast slow, you know.
Yeah. If the enemy attacks them with ice armor, and yeah, they're gonna be slowed as well.
There is.
But the lockdown's not there.
What about Kunkka? Is Kunkka the hero? And you
you throw the shaker in the off lane?
Yeah. They go for the Underlord.
Okay.
Then they go for the 3 fat dudes.
Alright, 3 big boys with the ice armor. Good luck killing anyone.
But, these team fights are gonna be a disaster.
They're gonna be people walking at each other. You know,
look at this! Look at FNG's Pudge! What the hell is that thing?
He's been waiting for months to whip this out.
He looks ridiculous. He even has some chains around his neck with some random bling on it. Like, what the hell is going on? Oh, okay. Whew. So Phobos is taking the offlane Clockwork, support duo of Shadow Shaman and Pudge. It's some pure damage. It's a lot of damage.
It actually is a lot of damage, especially against heroes like Timberstar, right? Who don't have like the highest health pools early on into the game.
Yep.
I think Team Spirit's draft is actually very nice. At first, I was worried about this Medusa and them being able to lane very well, but Pudge and Shadow Shaman is a quite scary roaming duo, and it's a game where they can go to any lane and kill, right?
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah. And what can M19 do to respond? I mean, Lich is gonna sit in a lane. He's not gonna be able to move. Shaker,
he's the only one that can save people, right? Yume is the hero. If he can like spot out their rotations and be there early, he can change the game for them.
Yeah, for sure, but it's like, you can't be in all 3 places at the same time in all these lanes. Well, I guess it'll be 2 lanes, right? The Clockwork has a lot of kill potential, especially when he's paired up with the Invoker Sunstrikes, so... I don't know, he's gonna have a lot to do this game, it feels like.
Bit of a pause. At the start of the game.
What do you think? Which draft do you like?
I was kind of the same. I was really worried for Team Spirit at the start of this draft. When I saw the Lich Medusa, I was like, okay, they're screwed, essentially. But
it kind of transitioned to like nothing, right? When you look at the next 2 picks, you're kind of like, oh, well, they have more tankiness, and
that's it.
No, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, though, right? I can see Luna having a really hard time. You know, if you were talking about Pudge and Shadow Shaman being able to roam, well, if they do roam, Luna's gonna have no farm. She's gonna be food for this draft, in my opinion.
Yeah. It also, we don't know where this Lich is starting, right? If it's Lich and Underlord in the bottom lane after like a fissure block too, that is a shit lane for this Luna.
Yeah. I think that's how M19 have to approach it, right? If they force Spirit to leave their supports in the bottom lane, you know, your Medusa can do whatever he wants, your Timbersaw is completely fine. And then you take the game really slow, like obnoxiously slow.
Yeah, but Shane, you forgot, man. These guys are full-blooded killers.
I also forgot the overlays.
Nice,
your wording was perfect. I'm like, what did I forget? And I immediately freaked out. Okay, we're good.
Nicely done. Nah, but these guys are killers, man. I expect them to be all over the place, looking for kills, hiding in trees, just waiting for things to happen. Wait, so it's... Shane, it might be a Quas Wax Invoker. He's already skilled up the Quas.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Your favorite.
I love it. Can't get enough of it. Okay. One thing. If he goes Midas and Quaswex, I'm okay with it. But if he tries some Orchid shenanigans, whew, that's when I check out.
The Orchid shenanigans are from like 4 years ago, right?
And people still do it. I've seen it recently enough. It was with a drought, but...
He just runs around invis the entire game looking for solo pickoffs.
He's a Ricky. Invoker's no Ricky. He's a genius mage, for God's sake. Yeah, okay. On one side, I don't like the build generally, but then I look at M19's draft, and if there's ever a time when it would work, it's against these heroes. Like Lich doesn't have a high mana pool. Yep. Earthshaker has no mana. Timber, at least early to mid game, has very little mana, and Underlord has serious mana issues too. So it should be fine. And okay, one more thing. Lich doesn't buy mana boots. He buys trample boots.
Yeah,
right?
very true.
There's more benefits there.
I feel like a game like this is where he can actually scale, even if he's Quaswex, right? There's gonna be like some dead points in the game where they're the ones making the moves first, running at towers, so they'll open up the map, and then it'll be up to M19 to kind of hold out, and then that'll give Invoker time to transition, scale up, get levels and everything. It's just like, when you look at the M19 lineup, you think they probably aren't going to do a whole lot.
I'm thinking they won't do anything for the entire game. I look at the draft and I think to myself, like, if I'm playing against this team, if I see Earthshaker on the map, I am so safe. No one else can even do anything. What are you afraid of? The root from Underlord? Like,
here comes the Pit of Malice.
and that's it. That's their only... And maybe a Scani from...
this lineup might be pretty strong from Team M19 if the game started at 35 minutes.
Yeah. They need items to make up for their lack of any lockdown or disable, really.
Yeah, true. Like, if Shaker can like a fast blink too, that would really help.
Atos, that kind of stuff. They need all that. One thing they do have going for them is they have the potential to death ball. M19 could just group up with 1 or 2 items on the Medusa and just start hitting buildings. Underlord gets a mechanism, they can just push, right?
Very true. We always have the Dark Rifts, so we can just run down a lane together, force reactions, and then sometimes you just port to another lane, like as they come defend, and then you're hitting their tier 1 on the other side of the map. Like, it has a lot of applications they can use, especially with the heroes being so tanky, right? As long as you cast it, this Medusa's probably not going to get bursted. Same thing with Timbersaw.
Oh boy, okay. Well, if you had to make a prediction, right now. Okay, if the game ends before 40 minutes, is there any way that M19 can win? You know what I mean, right?
If their lane phase goes super, super well, I think they can. Like, this Medusa's top of the network charts, total free farm, then sure. But what I imagine is going to happen that eventually Rasta and Pudge are going to smoke and hit some lane, and they're going to start taking towers, right? Shadow Shaman's going to hit 6, they'll play the old systematic Dota and just drop the wards down.
I just noticed they have literally no way to kill the wards. Medusa is their only hope.
That's right, and how can you kill the wards when Pudge is there, right? It's pretty scary.
Okay. Alright, Team Spirit's draft has won me over.
You're just a fan of this pirate Pudge.
I don't even know what it is. It's not even a pirate. It's some. He has a rocket on his back that's like sellotape to him. He has some golden worm eating his arm. It's gone too far, in my opinion. Is he gonna try and hook the rune?
I don't know. He might, but is that even gonna do anything?
Well, take the rune. And you don't lose mana when you hook as well.
Well, yeah, but he's probably gonna hit a hero he doesn't want to hit, since there's gonna be someone on top of it, right?
Then you can just walk away because they have no stuns.
Well, that's true.
The battle begins.
In he goes. Oh, he thought about it.
You have treasures.
He definitely thought about it. But then you have hook level 1. You never want to really be in that position.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, so they're sending the Medusa, Lich mid, like we spoke about. Invoker's Nightmare.
Yep, this is bad.
He's he sees this, and then the sweat starts coming off his brow.
Look at the block is good too from M19. So boy, oh boy. Well, actually, it's in towers. That's crazy how it's in tower range. Only at that part of the cliff, right? Like, the dire mid hill looks so bad.
It doesn't look normal at all.
Like when you click the ranges, maybe it's actually a mirror. I don't know, because when you click the ranges on those two mid towers, it looks kind of similar.
Don't know.
I don't know. That's weird. Do you say they don't?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Maybe they're not. Maybe I'm stupid. I have no idea. It just looks weird where the tower can actually hit on the cliff.
And Booker yet to get a last hit. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you got a nice deny on a range creep though. That was pretty hype.
Well, that's about as hype as mid lane gets, so don't hold your breath.
I'm worried for the hypeness of this. Oh! Nearly got last hit there. Can you get this one? Nearly. This is the Quaswax Invoker. He has no damage. Oh. Okay, come on. I believe in you. Iceberg. There it is. Oh, no. Okay, we're just gonna leave this lane.
Yeah, it's time to look somewhere else.
You might get a CS if I leave. Bottom lane, Blizzy. Hitting with the Firestorm. One of the most powerful AoE nukes in the game. It does percentage damage. It does like straight damage as well. So early game it's good. Late game it's good. It works on Roshan. It has it all.
Yep. Just for a measure of how strong this level 4 Firestorm kills the entire creeper, right, in 1 nuke. So pretty good stuff.
Oh, he got one. He got a CS.
Oh, I was gonna say, please, are you still watching mid?
I got a CS and another range group tonight. Yeah, he's on it. Bottom lane, FNG has the rock going. They find Blizzy out. Oh, the hook connects.
Oh,
FNG
no.
hit level 2. Blizzy gets first blooded by Beaver. Very nice.
Oh man, and he uses the TP scroll there too. That's quite bad for me. He has to make a long walk of shame down there.
Airshaker's not too unhappy with this though. Yume is like, alright, you know. This is my time to shine.
I think all pro support players kind of feel this way with their core dies, right? They're like, well, you know what? More experience for me. But nothing of value lost.
He did buy the windlace in base to try and make his trip a little speedier.
Ah, very weird.
Let's see if they can set up a kill here. They hooked him Medusa under the tower. Cold Snap and EMP is applied onto Pikachu. He has no mana. The tower aggro isn't on top of him, but the tornado hits. And FNG gets himself a kill.
Shane, that's the way to remove Frost Armor. You just tornado them.
Yeah. Good point.
Oh my, countered.
Alright.
You know, he doesn't care about getting smashed in lane, because that's what he expects when you cross Wex anyways. Tons of health regen, he's good to go. He's in his prime element now. 2 CS. Sid Rivalry wants to be.
He loves. Okay. He actually has more denies than last hit.
Yeah, it's rough. You know, we'll leave our boy in the mid lane to.
No, he got Blade of Attack. He got his Blade of Attack. That's definitely gonna help him a lot. Crossbacks Invoker does lack any damage at all, maybe it's tough. It's so difficult to watch. Without phase boots, he does nothing. Like, he actually doesn't do any damage whatsoever.
Yeah, very true. FNG makes rotation up to the top lane, but they see him thanks to that rune on the bounty, or that ward on the bounty rune. You know, it'd be pretty nice if he was able to actually make this play happen. He gets the hook off. Right.
No mana or Timber Chain learned.
What?
So, can we have a chat about what you just said, like 3 seconds ago, bro?
They just saw him on this observer ward and he got hooked, and now he's gonna die for it. It's level 3 battery assault. He's toast.
So, what are you trying to say to me, Brax?
I'm saying that
Nick's made a boo-boo.
Perhaps it shouldn't have happened. And that's even the Shaker TP rotation, so now Blizzy in the bottom lane is going.
They're going straight in.
Oh boy. The Beeves.
The Beeves. Blizzy's pretty speedy with that Windlace. I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah, Windlace is doing work. He's got another shackle though. Look at that. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Disaster.
I like the winds moving in close, so he's able to do a higher DPS.
He's not too happy about that when Beaver comes in and snatches the
and
kill
then he
with
gives
his
him
maracas.
the okay.
Yeah, That can't be good for team
I
morale.
think that's some passive aggression right there. I'm not an expert on human relations.
Right yeah.
But when someone gives me an okay like that, I'm a little skeptical.
Just don't look at the mid lane, man. Iceberg sitting at 4 CS to Medusa's 27. Good God.
Yeah, but FNG's gonna help him out here with another hook.
Yeah, this is really good though.
EMP hits, tornado hits, and then he's gonna die. CS, who gives a crap about CS, dude? He's gonna get a double kill. He nearly has more last hits on heroes than creeps.
Oh my God. Look at his net worth now, through the roof, sitting at 5th place.
I was expecting him to be higher than that, but so, you know, it honestly doesn't matter if he keeps getting double kills. Oh, up top.
He's receiving those.
Oh, he still hasn't learned the timber chain. No, just get out of there. Oh. Okay, so while the CS discrepancy is ridiculous, you know, in the mid lane, FNG has saved him. He's literally his hero.
He's been making some big plays here. That first TP game was nice.
FNG. The sleeping creeps, you can just juke right by them now.
And they won't bother you.
Yeah, they don't mind their own business.
Alright, so Pudge is just in the jungle, and of course they don't have any more stuns after the shaker, so they just let him go.
He just walked away. Yeah, well, yeah, that's kind of a pretty telltale sign, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the lack of support heroes and just heroes in general that can do anything at this stage of the game is it's just not there.
Oh, Jesus! Haven't seen a tornado like that one in a while. Like,
did he miss?
It was.
Oh, he did.
Oh, it's the mana burn too. You know, like we were talking about how rare it is to see Crossflex Invoker. Obviously, like, you know, Iceberg probably hasn't played it in years, or at least not very regularly.
I imagine there aren't many Invoker players that sit there and go, Jesus, I can't wait to play with some Crossflex Invoker.
Yeah, it's not how the Invoker player thinks, right?
Exactly. They want to be making these big Sunstrike plays, split pushing across the map, getting level 20 and stuff.
Yeah, like picking up their keyboard, doing like tornado Sunstrikes while not looking at their screen, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. They want to be making the big plays.
They don't want to be playing against Medusa Lich mid lane. I can tell you that much. That is something that does not come into their mind.
Alright, so we talked about him in rough lane phase, which, you know, it's just what happens against these heroes, right? Crossflex Invoker, no damage, but Pudge has been able to make some big plays. I feel like I have to expect this at some point, right? At some point, Rasta or Pudge is going to make a rotation into one of these lanes, either the mid or top lane, and make something happen. And if they can dodge it, it's going to be great for Medusa, right? She's going to continue to free farm.
It's hitting a lot of Ancients. Oh my god.
That's good.
Well, it's definitely good for M19.
That's right.
I think I like the win. Is that he's giving me the okay again?
Oh boy, not back to this.
Oh, here we go.
He's tilted now.
He's definitely not happy. Oh, FMG looking for Nick's top.
Yeah, up top. Nice.
Focus. It connects in. Not the timber chain he was looking for. And he's just got to go down the foam. Ooh, ooh. He made them work for it.
Just there to watch.
Yeah.
Soaking up some of that sweet experience. So Timbersaw goes down to his little brother, the Clockwork. Very unfortunate.
Tough times. Like I haven't seen M19 do anything.
Well, shit, that's because their heroes can't do anything, right? Is anybody scared of a Lich walking at them in this game? Nope. Shaker? Nope. He's level 3. Even if he was higher level, it's not like he could go to this high kill lane with the Underlord to make something happen, or this Timbersaw who's getting dumpstered by his little brother. I don't know. They just can't go anywhere to make a play, right?
It's real tough.
The sad thing is, too, like, when you think of what timing will allow them to make some sort of play, it actually might just be Shaker's Blink Dagger, which is, you know, basically a full Blink Dagger away. Well, Nyx gets hooked. Phobos has hooked in 3 seconds. Can they get him?
I think they can. I think you might go down, though.
Alright.
A walk call. They have yes it up again. Managing timber chain now. Big play by Nick, but Phobos isn't too happy with it. Oh, is he gonna
Phobos might be next. Lich is coming in hot. Watch out for the big Frost Blast. Oh, just kidding. It's just the armor.
Oh my god. It's pretty funny. It's such a struggle to watch, to be honest.
It just looks so funny, right? When you have all these heroes rotating it, but then you think, wait, he doesn't have a spell to contribute.
Yeah. Like, the only reason that Team Spirit even died is because they overextended, right?
Right.
Like Pudge walked into a timber saw. That's it. Oh.
All right.
We'll move away from that.
I caught that as well.
That's the second time that's happened.
Alright, Shane, stop. Control yourself.
It's hard. It's hard.
You're moving into the realm of bully.
Not really. I'm allowed to laugh. No?
Nah, we all are. It's just...
Mistakes happen. If you can't laugh at them, what's the point, right?
That's true.
I'd laugh at myself. I do this stuff all the time. They managed to get the hook in. Pikachu get the
Big
ulti
chain?
off.
Oh, this is good or bad?
Battery assault still hits. Chain falls. Fisher misses.
Oh no.
Oh,
Big pit of
busy.
balls coming in.
The firestorm hits. It does a little bit of damage.
They walk away.
No, let's see Brex. I'm finding it hard to compose myself. Well, oh! I like the wind doesn't hit any ancients that time. Manages to pick Blizzy off with a very nice rotation, actually.
Check out what happens when you don't hit ancients on the eclipse. Good things happen.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Boy, top lane, FNG might get caught out. You may decent. Mid lane, Pikachu's back. Timbersaw's TPing in. They want to be a little bit careful. Iceberg is very low on health.
He's playing a dangerous game, but you know who's gonna kill him?
That's a very good point.
FNG gets Fisher blocked
nice
off.
Fisher block. Timber's just dancing around on the high ground there.
Just the vacuum just went.
Nearly gets a turnaround kill, but just a little short on that FNG.
Alright, so we flame this lineup for not being able to do anything, and Shane, you know what? They made us eat our words. They're doing things.
That's true.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They've killed FNG twice.
It's tough, right? Like it's
tough.
It is really hard. Okay, but you know their lineup might not do anything now, but it will eventually.
That is true. They will scale very nicely into the late game, and hey, Medusa and Timbersaw, they're pretty farmed. I guess the only... Jesus, Beaver is so farmed.
On the Shadow
3,000 net worth on the Shadow Shaman, yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, he's a monster actually. They managed to defend their tower with the ward push as well, so like they bought themselves some time.
Yeah, very true.
How did they kill Luna? Like when Luna gets this, like he has Mask of Madness, he's already very fast. All hits, FNC gets him. Tornado misses. Hulk misses.
Well, that's not what they wanted.
Ideally, you know, it could have been better.
It sure could have, but you know, that's life, right? You've got to live with what happened. You can only move on. You gotta look forward, right? You can't sit there and go, Jesus, we missed our spells. That's just not how that game's played.
Nah, that's really not.
Oh, check it out.
What was once? They're going from behind. He has a blade man on his threads. He's really fat. Hulk, FNG. That's the boss. Medusa ulti goes out. Everyone's just kind of walking away. It's the walk away.
Alright.
Eclipse is used blade mail to return though. Oh, I like to might just die. Pikachu gets him. Very nice. That blade mail from Nick's doing a lot. Beaver is just in the back lines, killing everyone. Okay, Pikachu gets a double kill. So, we were saying that M19 don't do anything, right? But they don't need to. If Team Spirit just throw themselves at them.
That's true, right? Team Spirit's coming to them.
Yeah, they're diving their tier 1 tower. They're like missing all their spells and then continuing to fight. But mid lane.
Look on the mid.
Pikachu. EMP not hitting, so they're just gonna have to slowly right click him down and they're not gonna be able to.
Alright, Medusa's simply too tough to be taken down and he's just gonna walk away.
Oh.
I like the wind coming in.
It's just the old threaten. That's what that was.
You know, that was the big shrine movement, right? Or the shrine being moved.
That's true, yeah.
If that was the old shrine, he would have had him there. You know, that was such a... The fight went so well because of this Timbersaw's blade mill, right? He ended up killing the Luna, basically.
Yep.
And then Medusa was able to right-click him down and kill him. They didn't need to expend their stun, their Pit of Malice, in order to kill this farm Luna.
Like, Pikachu's just standing there. Like, literally just standing there using split shot. That's all he's been doing. And he's getting kills. And he's topping a net worth. This is not good for Team Spirit at all. You know, all of these fights, you can see how Team Spirit have the advantage, right? But not when they use all of their spells. Before, they miss everything. And then they continue to fight after it. They just press it.
Yep. It's so hard to just start these team fights when you use all your spells like that on Medusa, right? If they just sit and wait for different targets, maybe it's better. Hook down bottom, Bruisey, 5. Level 1 Sunstrike coming in.
Every little help.
Phobos is so farmed on his Clockwork.
Come from Midas. Yeah, I like this. Okay. Like, I feel that Team Spirit recognize the strength of M19's draft, right? And they're worried about it. They're like, oh, that's why they're pressing it so much. And when you're playing like that, you do miss spells, right? Because you're under a lot of pressure. Can they hit this hook? Andrew's thinking about it. He's doing the maths right here. Oh! Pikachu gets his ulti off. Eclipse? It's nothing. He gets turned to stone and is unable to do anything. Iceberg? What does he have to follow up? Not much. Blizzy, turn to the realm with the pit. Chain Frost hits on 3 creeps.
Take out the wolf family.
He's trying to juke with the drums. He's very fast, but not fast enough. Yeah. Again, initiating on Medusa. Lads, stop doing this. You know, Phobos knows what's up. He's got the Midas on the way out to him. You know, he's like, I'm not fighting these guys. This is not working out. If we wait until the later stages of the game, we have just better spells.
You know, if they didn't fight, then Shaker would never have space to farm Blink Dagger, right? Because he's never going to be able to show on a lane against these heroes. His gold is coming from like team fight contribution, even though he only has like 3 assists, whatever. He's in like the vicinity to grab.
He nearly has his second Blink.
Yeah,
Tornado hits on 2. It's a cold snap follow up. They managed to hit him. FNG can't finish him off now. You know, it's just slowing that Blink down a little bit. Not a huge amount. He has 1.9k gold. He's getting very close. So one thing I was going to point out there, you saw the problems of Invoker, right? The Quaswex Invoker doesn't have a lot of mana. His spells cost shitloads, like 60 mana for Invoke, 150 Tornado, 125 EMP. He has 855 mana. If he doesn't hit the EMP, he won't be able to contribute anything.
Yeah, luckily for him, EMP is not that difficult to land off the Tornado, even though it has been missed before. I'm sure he's gonna land them all the time.
Yeah. He did go for the Midas, big fan of that. Let's slow it down, you know. Team Spirit, there's no need to rush it.
I think it's totally fine for them to just take the tier 1s and tier 2s and then go back and farm a bit. They don't need to.
Tornado hit. Into the hook, nice combo.
Okay.
Pit of Malice is laid down, just defending the wards a little bit, trying to stop Medusa from clearing them down. Just a bit more damage to tier 2 tower. Okay.
Well, that's a 5-man rotation though to defend the tower from wards. Now Team Spirit can go back to keep farming. I mean, look at Phobos. He's just farming up a storm, right? Hand Midas picked up recently. And he has 1600 gold again.
Yeah, like, so one thing about M19's draft, while the Hurricane Pike nicely used to dodge the Tornado, while Medusa is the only one that can kill the wards, they can't just send Medusa on his own to kill the wards because he's their main hero, their carry, so they need to protect them. And to protect them, they kind of need everyone.
Yeah, they do need to bring in the troops. I feel like they brought too many.
Go? Oh boy, he has a Soul Ring, some wards. What's he going for here? The lens is nearly finished. As I say that.
He's about to left.
That's a 4-man rotation. Again.
Alright, so now they see the Shaker Blink Dagger, right? That's what that was.
He said it wouldn't be missed again, Brooks.
Anyways, so we have DK Phobos split pushing out of Clockwork here, hitting this tier 2 tower, doing tons of damage. Wowzers.
Wow! He has a 4-star finish now.
Nicely done.
I don't know, like, do you still think 4-star's the item if you're being greedy? Or do you like...
I think it is.
Yeah?
I think, when you look at this lineup, right, you get a 4-staff, how are they going to kill you?
That's true.
You can force out of the pit of malice from
Okay.
the shake the figure block comes in.
Then 2 and 1. This hurricane pipe is giving Iceberg nightmares.
Oh,
They got one! It's like fishing! They managed to grab Lich with the hook on the way out.
Alright, well that's a pretty good answer to the Dark Rift. Try just pull one out.
Very nice. Okay, Weaver gone for the lens on top of the drum. He has all these like small, pretty expensive items. He's doing very well for himself. 5.3k net worth.
Yeah, pretty much on par with the Offlane Underlord.
This lens is actually so much better for Shadow Chapman now. He didn't really care about the magic damage. He only cared about the range. Now with the change, it doesn't give you the spell amp, but it gives you a higher range. I think it's 75
I feel like
extra.
it was always built for the range, right? Except like on Zeus, I guess.
There's a mixture. I like it on Tinker. You get it for both.
Oh, that's true. I guess it's there. I just never really pay attention to it too much. So, I mean, this game is at the point where, you know, Team Spirit, they were able to take early tier 1s, but every time M19 defended, and they're able to get something out of it, right? They have 7 kills, and, you know, they got 7 kills not from ganking, but from just defending and,
Never,
like, taking
not
the fights.
once did M19 make a move that got them a kill.
No. They don't gank. That's not possible with their heroes. Really.
And Team Spirit have calmed down a bit as well. They're no longer doing the crazy, you know, 5-man behind the tier 1 tower mid kind of scenario. They're just relaxed now. They've got the Midas on Phobos. He's farming up. He has the heart in his quick buy. You know, Invoker's like...
Alright, it's got dreams.
Invoker's like, okay, Iceberg. You know, I can just farm. I'm going to become a real Invoker one day. Like Pinocchio, you know? And, I like it. Don't pressure yourself too much to try and fight. You know?
They have an early lead, right? And now they can use this early lead to maintain some map control and then try to outfarm the enemy, because you can't make these 5-man behind the tower shenanigans anymore against the Blink Shaker, right? It's just suicide.
Yep. I want to see the Cataclysm. I haven't seen it yet. It's pretty good.
He's only 7 levels away.
It's true, and he did get his talent at level 10, so there is hope we will see it. Do you think, it depends on the game. Okay, so for this game, for example, I wouldn't mind if he didn't get that many points in Exhort. Sure, he won't do that much damage, but I don't think he's really needed for damage right now. Because they're not ever going to fight, are they? They're just going to farm for the next...
He's going to need him eventually to be useful, right? The levels in Quas are probably, like, his least, like, well-scaling skill, I would have to say.
The one thing I like it against is Dark Rift, Earthshaker spells, Timbersaw. None, like 3 of these heroes can't do anything.
They have no way to break it right now.
Yep.
Alright, what's the translation?
Problem, I think he's gone to the toilet.
Oh, alright. Makes sense to me.
And now they're making jokes about the number, I think.
Oh my, Gyro's here too.
He looks a bit crazy, this Gyro.
Yeah, he does. Alright, so at least you know, Timbersaw's...
Let's look at the items. Let's talk about the items.
Yes. There we go. Timbersaw's working towards his Lotus Orb now. And it's really good against the lineup, right? It removes the Cold Snap. Pudge can't eat the target. Shadow Shaman doesn't want to mess with that either. It's nice. I mean, he's got like an odd Timber build, right? We're used to seeing Bloodstone Rush and stuff. Sometimes a Hood, sometimes a Pipe. But Blade Mill was super good against the Luna in these team fights, and I don't know. I think it's good.
I agree.
It looks nice.
He knows his hero can do a lot if he gets later in the game, but right now he needs not to farm or to scale. He needs to just fight for the moment, right? Earthshaker has Blink. Lich, not really doing anything, but Lich doesn't.
He's got his core.
Yeah, he doesn't need anything, right? He's a Lich.
Yeah, no matter what items he has, he's gonna do the exact same thing. He's gonna Frost Arm his friends, eat some creeps, throw some Chain Frost out.
I wonder though, like, once the Guardian Greaves comes out, once the Lotus Orb comes out, it's gonna be a lot harder for Team Spirit. Like we're talking about this is the correct thing for them to do, but it's gonna be hard. You know, the game is gonna be a lot harder than they expected it to be with their draft, I think.
Yeah, very true.
And their timings are not going to be even close to what they had hoped.
I feel like they imagine themselves being in a much more dominant position, but it's not too late, right? If they can make something happen in the next 2 minutes, take Roshan, run down some lanes, they're still totally fine, but M19 are probably not too upset about their positioning either, even though they're behind in net worth. Medusa's super fat, right? Highest net worth hero in the game, very tanky, difficult to kill. Shaker has Blink Dagger. Like, they have tools that they can work with too.
Medusa. She's got her Skadi is nearly complete. That'll help with the control as well. Like, she's gonna be so difficult to kill. You know.
Yeah.
There's no natural Medusa killer in the game. Luna's like kind of keeping up in net worth, but just as heroes go, Medusa just beats Luna in my opinion.
Right. In fights, Luna can't just sit there and man up through the stone gates. That's not how it's gonna play out.
And Medusa can like AoE everyone else down at the same time. It's gonna be tough. I'd like to see like a Radiance from Phobos or some sort of Shivas, some sort of like magical damage. AoE magical damage is what I think.
It feels like he's in a position to like carry this game pretty hard, right? He's super farm those clockwork, but what does he really buy? I mean, I don't think he's gonna go for the heart.
I don't think so.
He's thinking about it. It probably sounds nice, but I don't feel like that's the right item.
What do you think is better?
I think just going for like an Ags into some tanky build like the Shivas, for example, would be better, just so he can get his spells off multiple times, because all he has to really do is get in, get out, reset, repeat over and over, and they're probably not going to be able to kill him right away. So,
I guess the benefit of this actually, right? So, if you look at Medusa, the split shot isn't toggleable anymore, right? It's always on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, it's a passive.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
If he gets a Heart of the Rask and he goes in with the blade mail on, Medusa, she has to attack him. Or attack no one, right?
I guess.
That's the choice she's given. Right. Here we go. Can maybe a little alacrity on this catapult. He can't really be throwing alacrity willy-nilly, I guess, with high level or the mana cost is invoked. No Aghanims in sight. Nyx goes in. That's pretty much it. Yume's looking for a blink on Earthshaker. Oh. They're somehow killing Iceberg. Holy crap!
Dies in the Ghost Walk.
He just died to a timber saw. There was no lockdown used there at all.
They don't need lockdown.
Is Viper gonna go in as well? They're catching him. Nyx is doing a lot of damage. Oh, the juke shoes are on though. Clips is here. Where are you guys going?
Wait,
what's happening? I like to win is just like, I don't know, distracting them so Shadow Shaman could escape.
Alright, that was a pretty sweet juke.
That was. Very nice juke.
Okay, that's interesting. I really didn't notice that the split shot was always on.
Yeah. Oh, mid lane. They get the Echo Slam onto Phobos. One of the more farmed heroes. They kill him. Pikachu gets the kill as well. Okay, well, draft-wise, we were talking about Spirit having a pretty significant advantage. It seems like their execution is not on point today.
No, and now all of a sudden M19, they look like they're online.
It's a difficult kill now. They use the Eclipse. BKB is used from Electric Wind so that he doesn't take that blade mail damage. He's pushing forward. Goes in for the Lucent Beam. Turns out the Pikachu. Pikachu gets hooked. But he doesn't really care about that at all. In fact, if anything, it helps him.
The sound from the stone gates is like freaking out.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
He was trying his best to lock down someone, but nothing really happens.
Yeah, okay. I don't see this Musu dying, like, ever. Especially with the Hurricane Pike, the Dark Rift being available. Like, what do they do at this point?
You need some Super Saiyan Invoker to come online here.
Oh, that's true.
You need the split push. I think kill everyone else. You know, kill Lich, Earthshaker, Underlord, Timber. They're not that as difficult to kill. And then from there, just push high ground with alacrity on a catapult, with wards, They push really fast, actually.
You know, I guess Medusa is not really one of these carriers that prefer going for BKB, right? So Invoker can keep them disabled for a really long time. Right?
He
Tornado, Ice Wall, definitely blast. Oh, well. Alright.
Well. Oh, Team Spirit though, getting the Roshan. They give it to like the really nice. He's closing in with Manta style. It's not too helpful this game actually at all. Manta style. I think it's.
No, it actually might not.
It might be a negative because it gives Earthshaker more damage. It's good for the mana or the mana snake, mystic snake, the chain frost.
These illusions look like they're gonna die instantly.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's still good for Luna, you know, to push lanes, split push, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not convinced by this item at all. Actually, I would prefer a Hurricane Pike.
You know, sometimes people go for S and Y instead of Manta in this exact scenario where the illusions don't do anything, right? Even the Firestorm probably kills the illusions in like 3 ticks.
Trying 100%, boys.
That's right. Now you guys know.
I actually think it might be a negative. Don't he buys Manta?
Right. Giving the Medusa more mana off the snake.
Earthshaker more damage, chain frost things. One good thing, you know, if you do kill this tier 3 tower, and you do pop your Manta Star, you will take their base in seconds. It's really good at that.
That is true. And if they can ever get there, right?
And this, right? You can push out the waves.
You know, it has applications, just not in a team fight.
Yeah, in team fights, and that's kind of where they're lacking, right?
Yeah, their team fights feel like they have the potential to be won, right? But then something goes wrong. Something, you know, doesn't go their way.
What's there something?
Spells being missed.
Uh-huh.
They had a lot of skill shots, right? You got the tornado, you've got the 2 hooks.
So you're saying they don't have the skill?
No, that's not what I said at all.
Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Shane, have you ever watched basketball?
No, I've not. No.
Alright, never mind.
I've played basketball.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't hit every shot.
They don't. But they hit, you know, a reasonable amount of them.
Are you saying this is not a reasonable amount?
Yeah, I'm saying it feels like Team Spirit are under pressure. It feels like they're not playing their game at all. The fights are so scrappy and so all over the place. Like tornadoes are being missed by Iceberg. Like honestly, he's one of the invokers I love to watch. And he just seems like he's not himself.
He's not himself. He's a Quas Wex move. That's why.
Exactly.
No, but I feel like those early fights where they're end up like diving into tier 1s and stuff where they didn't have hook shot up and they just didn't have the abilities and they walk into like big chain frost and stone gazes and stuff and they go up Medusa. It's like these are probably fights that they shouldn't lose, honestly.
FMG gets the hook. This could be a very nice pick off on Morel. Well played. Just getting the pick off. That's what I like to see. You may just kind of pieced on him.
Oh yeah, he was gone.
Oh.
He wanted none of that.
Can they find anyone here? Blizzy on the Underlord is pretty far forward. 4 stuff in his inventory now as well. He's quite difficult to kill. What does that Iceberg go for talent wise? We still didn't get the talent. The wards are placed mid lane. They're pressing forward. Going for that push. Knowing there's no ice armor from the Lich, so it's a bit of a window for them.
Wow, that is a window. That tower died real fast.
It's maybe a little taste of what's to come.
Yeah, perhaps. They still have the Aegis available. Look at this. Attacking Radiant bottom tier 2 tower. He defended it, don't worry. Everything's good.
Thank you for not making me worry.
Good. You know, he went from being passive aggressive with the OKs to, you know, telling his team not to worry. Everything is good now.
Oh, tornado EMG onto the Earthshaker. The only initiation on lockdown. What can Morel do here? Chain Frost on cooldown. He just walks in and starts clicking people. Manages to get a kill. DK Phobos picks off the Earthshaker on the back lines. Watch bottom lane. The Luna is split pushing. I like to win.
Yeah.
Getting a
This
bit
could
of
be pretty good. He might get a lot of damage on bottom if he gets there fast enough.
Oh, if they can cancel the TP
Medusa's
of Medusa.
got no TP.
Yeah, or what?
He has no TP.
Okay, he's not interested in oh, they actually get a kill or a hook on Lich again. He is a magnet for these. Huh.
Alright. Nicely done. And, you know, Luna got half of bottom tower, got 800 damage on it, so not bad at all.
It's ridiculous. Completely for free?
Yeah, exactly. It's a victory for them. They made a lot of things happen. Well, they weren't able to like take racks or anything, but they did a lot.
They killed an Earthshaker, and that's what they gained. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Earthshaker's their stun bot, right? Outside of the shaker, what do they have?
Huh. Okay, pipe complete on himself. He's a very beefy burger now. Pipe, Lotus Aura.
Wait, did you just call him a beefy burger?
I did, Jim.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I thought it was an American thing. I thought you'd get me. I don't know.
I liked it.
Thanks. I'm trying to like make my vocabulary understandable by everyone. You know what I mean? I could throw in some Irish slang and no one will have a clue what I'm talking about.
Do it.
This mad Egypt in the top lane, bleeding, going massive.
What?
Yeah.
It sounded cool at least.
I actually have to hold back my Irish accent as much as I possibly can. Bottom lane. Beaver. Just blinking away. Like, while Team Spirit do have the advantage in fights, they don't want to take them. They're in a position where they just want to relax and, you know, not press it. No top lane. They've got some Pikachu here. No mana on Iceberg. They isolate him. He still has his ulti and the BKB. If they're just trying to bait out the BKB charge. I don't know. Phobos is just kind of waddling away.
He's still slow.
The Scotty's slow. And the put of Malice might be enough to kill Phobos. Who's laughing now? The Echo Slam used. Hook connects onto Blizzy. He kind of eats him and then walks away, decides against it. Iceberg walks completely away. Bottom lane though. They manage. I like to win. No way. I thought he was going to skip there. They used the Eclipse. Blade Mail was used. I like to win. Kind of cut it a bit close, but did the maths, I'm sure.
He was fine, man. He had his calculator open on his second monitor. He knew.
I'm sure he has one of them Casio watches. You know, the big massive ones that have the calculators on it?
That's pretty nifty for Dota. I gotta get one of those.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Imagine, like, killing Timbersaw makes a big difference now. He's given Luna a bit of that farm. He's their knight in shining armor in this game. He is their hope, actually.
Very true.
They need him to be able to push buildings at all. Top lane.
You know, if they ever get in a scenario like that again, where Luna's on a side lane, he can take.
Why is Luna farming the jungle right now? Actually, that's
yeah, he should be in lane for sure.
Now, Iceberg can stall for days, right? Ag's complete. He has a lot of levels in Wex, so their mana's gonna be burned. Beaver and I like to win. I'm just looking for these pickoffs. Might be able to nab one mid here. Daytime, they're spotted by the. Oh, he has his 4-step up as well. I don't think.
He's gone. Yeah, but look at the way they can play, right? Luna can just cut any way she wants, basically. It's only Shaker, and hey, Shaker can only win one place at one time.
And then if FNG's in position, you can always hook out and go save. They managed to kill Yume on the Earth Shaker.
Shaker's down now. They can do anything they want on this map.
Okay, what's the play now?
They're gonna farm.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Be ready.
I'm ready. And look at where they're farming. Well, they completely fearless. Look, their fucking support is farming the camp closest to the Dire base.
Yeah, he's not afraid at all.
Nice ward in the bottom lane. Phobos has his Octarine core. If he chooses to buy it. Alright. There's a lot of magical damage, so he will be quite sustainable in the team fights. Low cooldowns on the cogs for some more mana burn. Battery assault will pretty much be always up. Oh, he has the 125 rocket player now as well. Interesting.
Yep. Very nice.
Oh,
this game feels like I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I just really excited when I saw the talent tree. They changed the battery assault.
Yeah, gets it earlier now, 15, right?
Yep. No, but look at the level 25 one. The interval.
Yeah,
is
that
lower.
looks pretty cool.
That looks really good. I'm pretty sure Timber won't be able to chain. Medusa mightn't be able to ulti. 0.3 seconds. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's very fast. And the damage too from it'll be huge.
Okay, carry on.
This game, I was gonna say, this game's at a point where like M19 can, they're running to like catch people on the map, right? Even FNG on the Pudge is like still pushing and super hard to kill because you can't commit all your resources to kill this Pudge, right? It's just not worth it. But they see Iceberg, he can get Echo Slammed here. Oh, just kidding, unlucky. Smoke gets popped around the trees and they're doing Roshan. I like the win's probably gonna pick this up too.
FNG pushing bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they can't deal with the split push just because their catch isn't very good, right? Look at their wards. Their wards are super deep, but they can't even get in a position where they can use these wards,
I don't think
right?
I've seen M19 on that side of the map since they placed the wards.
Exactly. They can't get back there because they're just dealing with these lanes all the time. And when you're the team that's pushing in all these lanes, you can start to make plays off it too. And Invoker's going to hit us 20 soon. You know, the Cataclysm might be big. Tons of damage against these super tanky heroes.
Yeah. I'm pretty hyped. I bet you he'll go the alacrity damage speed though, because he understands that. When he looks at Cataclysm, he's like, what the hell does this even mean? Oh no, he got an exort point. Then they catch out Yume. Chainfrost is bouncing around the place. I like the wind's doing a lot of damage, but this Underlord Aura is kind of nerfing him quite a lot. He might have
really trying to go hard for this Medusa, but it's not working out.
They catch out. Whoa, Lich lives!
Alright. I feel like that was such a big mistake trying to kill Medusa there, right? You can kill that Lich in 3 hits, and then you can start to hit the Underlord so we can't Dark Rift out.
We just go for the Underlord, right? Nyx, top lane, Underlord off the cold snap. That's about all she wrote, really. Pikachu, want to get EMPs, the Guff Invoker. Oh, he forced us forward. He does not care about wizards. Iceberg immediately walks away when he saw that. He's like, okay, sorry, dude. Look at FNG in the bottom lane, just looking for a pick. Unable to get the pick right now because of the lack of mana on Iceberg. You know, if he gets the hook and the eat, he mightn't have the Sunstrike won't be there to follow up, so there's no hope for them killing.
There it is.
Yep. Just the abusive hook, really.
Yep, they get out of my lane hook.
The fact that FNG has this much farm, Blink, Force, you know, we spoke about the lack of lockdown on M19, when the support has Blink and Force on top of that.
Yeah, mobility is through the roof, so unless, you know, even if someone gets echoed, right, if they're facing the right way, they can just get forced after a Pudge can hook them out. He's got a Blink Dagger to help him reposition and everything.
Nice. Oh, well, it wasn't a max range Blink. That might cost Beaver here. He gets hexed up by the Timbersaw. EMP Tornado comes in.
Well, that's how you fix the lockdown problem, right? Hex.
Yeah, very nice. The recent buffs to Hex as well. I think this is kind of good. Iceberg wants to cancel. Oh, they're TPing the Underlord in. I don't know.
Dark Rifting it, okay.
I don't know. That's all 5 members. Iceberg might get surprised here. He gets Echo Slammed. He might be unable to use the cheese. Yeah, he just gets picked off immediately. But bottom lane, I like to win. Bottom. You need to react. Go, go, go.
Buddy.
Hook is used. Instant hex from Nyx. He shifts to that. Flame Mail on top of that. Yume's just melting. I like the wins in their base. He can. This is a Luna. You know, Lich is going to TP in.
You do not want to let Luna take this.
Oh boy, he's just dying too. It's the 1x1. Medusa, what's your answer? Nothing. Can't do anything. Oh my god, why would they go in with the Underlord?
Huge blunder.
And the hook out. Force that forward, FNG.
Alright. Just not showing any respect to this Luna. Hitting your base. I mean, dude, once that tier 3 tower dies, the racks fall so fast, right? The glaives just bounce back and forth forever.
I'm not sure what... Okay, I like the Moxie on them. You know, with the Underlord TP top. It was a good idea, but the positioning of the waves was just not suitable for that move.
Right. They're struggling the entire game dealing with these waves, right? It's like this Pudge is such a big problem. Just sitting down here, rotting the waves forever. Even Underlord's trying to, like, push it back, but Pudge can force him to TP out if he ever hooks him. It's just giving them openings, because Team Spirit, they still don't want to 5v5 this Medusa, right? No. She's super tanky and everything, but that's the biggest advantage they have right now, is that they can play the map.
She also has too many items. She had to swap one in for a TP scroll, so she was slow to react there. That's what we saw. She had to swap it in.
She has a rapier and a quick buy too.
That, because, yes. And she's gonna buy it right now. No. What does she drop? The boots?
I don't know.
I don't think you want to drop boots with this lack of lockdown.
No, I don't think you can. I guess it has to be the mask, but the mask is a lot of attack speed.
The DPS change won't even be that high. You know,
it's also like it's risky too, right? You're not gonna be as fast in team fights.
You're not life stealing. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, he sold his mask for the rapier, so there it is.
Oh, rapier? Is it on? Oh shit!
It's in the game now.
All right, Pikachu got the rapier. Oh, okay.
He hits like every unit, right, with the split shot talent too, plus 7 split shot targets.
Okay. New talent. Let's see what he can do here. Right? It's a good test of the Medusa changes.
Well, he's here, and I imagine that the enemy team are just gonna walk away.
Yep. I don't know. Lume's forced that forward. His teammate did that to him. Get in there, son!
Some frustration.
That is definitely frustration, yes. Well, they do have the Hex on the Timber now, so they have more control. Maybe to get a Hex on Underlord too. They can make up for their lack of lockdown with items. They definitely can.
That is true. You know, when you are lacking items, or lacking lockdown, you can always build for it, like some bashes, invisible blades, Hexes, Yules, and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll help with that.
How's the Volker getting on? Let's check out Ivan's items.
Oh,
Cataclysm! It actually nearly deafened me. They're going in on Pikachu. Pikachu's up, but he's just melting. The Rapier just falls down. It's in between all these wards here. They don't even notice the tornado hits on 2. There's a Deafening Blast follow-up. FNG gets in there. Ice Wall placed. Dark Rift. Very nice 4-staff. He died anyway, but game over.
Alright, just like that. Okay, that's not the way I expected Team Spirit to win the game, but the lack of lockdown really was the biggest blunder, right, for M19. They just couldn't deal with the split push, even though they were winning the fights. And when you can't deal with the split push, you can't force anything on the map, because when you go to, you know, they dark rifted to the top lane, picked off Iceberg, and then the whole time Luna's just hitting their base. What do you do?
I guess the moral of the story is, just because you see an OP hero that has no counters in the pool, like Medusa, doesn't mean it's the right decision. Right, you
still gotta play the game, right?
Yeah, you still have to play Dota.
It's so hard to play Dota without stuns, especially when you're dealing with this split push stage of the game. Like the Hex on Timbersaw is nice, but just not enough, and it comes way